Hi friends, in my previous video we have seen that how to schedule report. So in this video I am going to tell you what is alert and how can we schedule alert in our environment. So before that, what are alerts? So first, Splunk alert are based on searches that can run either on a regular schedule interval or real time. So the alert should be scheduled one, or it can be a real time. So alert are triggered when a result of search meet a specific condition that you define. So whenever you are going to create an alert, so it is searching for a specific condition that you are going to trigger for any specific alert. So based on your need, alert can create an entry and trigger alert, log an event, output result to lookup, send email, use webhook, perform custom action. So these all are actions you can perform. So let's have a look. How can we create an alert? So when you are creating alert, you should know on which search you are going to create an alert, or for which data you are going to create an alert. So I have data already ingested in my environment, my POC environment. So similarly, you can ask in your POC environment, or if you are performing this action in production. So there should be a search written already, and there should be some criteria on that basis you are going to set a threshold, and you will get the alert out of it. So this is my simple query. While I am going to get the age of employees which is greater than 30. So when I go here, I'll search for it, and this is the event which I'm getting it over here. So how I can change it in alert. So as we have seen, for save search also we need to save search or schedule search, we need to run save as. So here you can see it. First option is report, second is dashboard, and third one is alert. So you need to click on alert. So once you go on alert, first you need to give the title of it. So I can give IT. So you need to follow the naming convention as well. Alert and age greater 30. Greater than 30. So description, I am putting it demo. You can put as per your requirement. So the description should be there. Or then the next part, the permission. So permission, this permission, similarly we have checked on permission on reports or dashboard. So similarly this permission will work. So if you keep it private, the alert or the search behind the alert, only you can see it, nobody else can see it. By default it's private, and you can search to you can share it through app as well. So now if you want to schedule it, so this is what we are talking about. It can be alert can be scheduled or real time. So if you want to schedule it, you can schedule it for uh, any specific time. If it's a real time, the alert will be running real time, and you need to specify the expiry date. If the alert if it's running for a long time, it will expire in this specific time. So by default it comes as a schedule, and whatever schedule you want to provide, you can provide the schedule over here. How often it checks the employee data, so daily, hourly, weekly, monthly, or any specific cron job, or a specific certain time you want to schedule it, so you can schedule it. So I am selecting it hourly basis. So before that, we can see the difference between alert type like schedule and real time. The schedule alerts search run at a definite interval and evaluate trigger condition when the search completes. Okay, and the real time one is the real time alert search run constantly in the background. It will run constantly in the background. Second one, evaluate trigger condition within a window of a time based on the condition you define. So it will check for within a window. This window, it will check whatever time you have defined in that window. It will check for the data. Okay, whatever time you have defined. So this is the difference between type. Now, schedule setting, as I already mentioned, these many number of schedule settings are there, so you can define whatever you want as per your need. Now, there are certain schedule condition, trigger condition. So there are a number of trigger condition when, like, when the alert will get triggered. Okay, the number of result, as you can see, you have already given query that meeting your condition. If there is any event or such event is coming, trigger this alert. Number of host, if number of host are greater than or less than something, so you can trigger an alert. Number of source, whatever the source are there, or custom. So custom, you can define your own your own field is greater than or less than or something, you can define over here. So like, say if you define a number of results, so here you can apply a condition that is greater than, is less than, is equal to, is not equal to, drop by or rise by. So drop by, rise by, that means for the certain percentage it's dropping or rising, so you can trigger an alert. So for now I am giving greater than 0. That means if the age is greater than 30, so trigger an alert. So this is the simplest one. Now trigger an alert once or for each result. Suppose in my result there are multiple rows are there or multiple events are there. So whether you want to trigger the alert for only once or for each events, for each event, if you select, if the search query is like here, if you can see, if search query is giving more than one result, so the alert will get triggered for multiple records. So in this condition it won't trigger anything. So uh, I will create once more alert and age greater 30 demo, and everything I'll keep as it is, hourly, and similarly the number of result, and this is the same thing. And the this is very important, throttle, that means you want to suppress if there are many events are there, the flood of events are there, so you can suppress that flood of event by setting this condition. Okay, so suppress the event, similar event coming for 60 second, or if you are running query for 10 minutes, if you do not want the similar alert for next 60 minutes, so you can define over here. So likewise you can do, or day or something, whatever you want to. So suppress a event for certain time. If that time beyond that time, again trigger one more alert and wait for another 60 minute or 60 second. Okay, after this there is main condition. Once all this condition is fulfilled, now you have to trigger an action. So action can be multiple. So before that, just have a look on once and for each. When you select once, what is the difference in throttling, and once you search for this for each condition, each for each event, that you need to define a specific field on which you want to suppress the alert, or for that, like say here, we are searching for age, so age should be the field on which, if age is greater than 30, if you are getting those alert continuously, for suppress it for next uh, 60 minute, and then again release a new event. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So the next point is very important. Trigger condition. Now trigger condition, there are number of trigger condition. One, add alert, add to trigger an alert, log events, output result to lookup, output result to telemetry endpoint, run a script, send an email or webhook. As it's similar to means I have already explained in one of my videos, so you can have a look on that. So trigger an alert. So uh, for this tutorial, I am just choosing to send an email. So once you uh, give that, you need to give email address and BCC or CC, you can put it, and how the you can define a priority of a email. What will be the priority? If it's high, you can put it high. Here subject, if you need some data from your result, so you need to enclose uh, in between the dollar sign. So age alert for employee more employee age alert for employee age greater than age, and say age. So it will come as 30 when it come in the email subject. So similarly, if you want to define anything in message, you can do it, and if you want to use it, you use it through field. So also similar to schedule report, you can use any of this parameter. So you want to link an alert, link a result, search a string, table. You want result in attached CSV format, trigger condition, a specific trigger time, or you want to attach it in PDF. So I'm keeping as it is and attaching it to PDF. Now if I save it, it will ask for the permission. Okay, yeah, I'm using free trial version, so schedule will not work. Otherwise, it will like in full-fledged version, it will work. So if you want to work around the permission, so you can have a look on permission. If you want to change the permission of this app, currently it's owned by yourself, so nobody can see it. Though the alert condition will get triggered, and if you want to share it in the app, you can do it, or among the apps, you can do it. So once you save it, this it will land you to this page where it shows the alert name, whatever the alert name, description, and enable or disable. Currently it's enable. If you want to disable it, disable it. an app, you can specify the app as well. Permission, what permission you have. Modify, last modified, alert type, scheduled, hourly basis, uh, or if you want to edit it, you can do it. Trigger condition, number of alert, the trigger condition was also or action. The action here you specified email, or if you specify some other action, it will specify that action as well. If you want to edit the alert, you can go ahead, edit. It's a similar to edit which we have applied on search scheduling or search reporting. So similarly you can do the editing. Open in search, the similar, if I click on this, it will open in search bar. The search which you have written, it will open there. Now the second one, edit alert, if you want to do some edit, but remember, you will not be able to change the name of it. You have to delete and then again uh, you have to again create new report with another name. Okay, so here you can edit whatever you want apart from name. So again, permission, you can change the permission and disable, and if you want to clone it, you can clone it. So if you want to see alerts, so definitely you can go to alerts and see the alerts which you have created. So here you can do whatever operation I was showing over there, you can do it over here. So severity means if you want to see alerts which is trigger with this uh, uh, this field, you can go to this page directly and you can see whatever, if any alert has been triggered, it will show it over here and you can check how it is performing or how it is working. And also if related to this this you want to see any job activity, so you can go to here and see for any trigger action has been triggered in activity. You need to go to in activity and trigger alerts. If you know the detail about it, you can see it over here. Okay, so that's it about the video. Let's have a quick look on the summary. So what is alert are based on the save search, and then that can be run on regular enter or can be a real-time alert. Alert are triggered when the result of search meet a specific condition that you define, and based on your need, alert can be create an entry in triggered alert log event, output result to lookup file, send email, use web hook, perform a custom action. So we have talked about how can we create alert. So before that you need to know the query on which you need to trigger an alert and alert condition. So you can create similarly the alert you can create, go to save as and you create an alert and define everything over here and save it. And there are we have talked about the permission, alerts, and how can we schedule it, and we have talked about alert condition, trigger condition, on which condition you can trigger. We have talked about once or for each result how can you trigger an alert, and accordingly you worked on, we have seen the throttle value, how can we suppress the unnecessary noise if you do not want it, and there are multiple events and multiple trigger actions are there. So these are the trigger action. So I have chosen email one. So also you can choose a log event where you can give a log event to a specific you need to put a event, and you can ingest the data in the log in the index. So it is by default it's going to index main. Then you can define host or source type or anything you want to. Here you can define. So there can be a multiple action in uh, one alert. So you can define multiple action, like see there are log and as well as send email. So once you finish it, you just save, and you can see this browser, where it is, this browser, you can see it, and here all the details about the alert is there, and you can do all the other operations, and you can edit your uh, alert. If you want to see any alert triggered with you, alert which you have created, go to trigger alert, from activity trigger alert, go over here, and you can see uh, you need to select the options, and you can see whatever the alert has been triggered. So this is all about the scheduling alert and creating alerts and editing alert. So thanks for watching the video, and have a good day.